JB Cycles here with update on October the 14th. We have now reached the bearish phase of my 4-week cycle. So the obvious scenario here would be a downtrend the coming week or two. So this week I was looking for a low around Monday, Tuesday, and if we are excluding the period around the CPI numbers, that actually was the weekly low. And then I was looking for a pop later in the week, which we got, but actually then we dropped quite substantially today. So my Dow Jones Industrial hourly data looks a bit different. I was looking for a different pattern in this 4-week cycle, a different one from the two previous ones. So I didn't think we were to break down directly early in this cycle, but rather I was expecting some kind of a bear flag, and it looks like that so far. So it looks like a triangle perhaps, which should be a continuation pattern, and we should see a breakdown. So a B, C bear flag, triangle, and the obvious continuation here would be a B, C downtrend. So my wavelet here is giving me a bias for downside the coming, well, say 3-4 days. However, it's still a kind of a tricky situation. We still have room for a pop-up here on Monday, which could break this trend line, and if we start to gain momentum here, you know, that would be the opposite of what I call sabotage. Here in the bullish phase of my 4-week cycle, I am often looking for sabotage. That means not able to establish an uptrend, and if we can't create an uptrend in the bullish phase, that's a bad omen for the bearish phase. However, when we enter the bearish phase, we have to look for that the market really is behaving bearish. But if we see gaps up and up, well, upside momentum in this bearish phase, then something is wrong, so to say. So yeah, it's a critical phase here. Will we start to break down now, as which would be the natural thing, or do we see more pop up to the upside here? But the most obvious scenario is a downtrend into late October. But I had this other scenario here with a more complex, say, sideways cycle, and then a pop up in the next cycle before we then get the low late in November. So keep that in mind. We have to see if we really break down next week. If we don't, then we could have this other scenario going. So here I have the German DAX, I have the S&P in red, and the Norwegian index in green, and here in purple I have a 20-week cycle. So the ideal low here is yeah, late in November, plus or minus. It could be late October, it could be a bit into December, so it's an interval here. So I'm still we have not reached my downside target here. Should be around 3,400 in the S&P, more or less, plus or minus. We haven't really broken the June lows. We haven't seen any say capitulation here. We are trying to make a marginally lower low here, but I'm looking for some kind of a flush down here, a capitulation. But we could still struggle up here for a while, and yeah. But as I have often said in my videos, I don't know exactly how this will play out, but in the end we should go down there. But very short term, I definitely have a setup here for downside the coming few days. Still room for a bit upside on Monday, but yeah, after that should be generally going down. Yeah, my 4-week cycle has been working fine. This bullish phase looks sabotaged, it's weakness, and that should be a bad omen for the bearish phase. But no promises, no guarantees here. We have to take week for week and see how it goes. So, see you in the next one.